Welcome back to the Romanian Reaver channel and my playthrough of Stellaris. Let us see how the Imperium of Man will deal with its small, somewhat more primitive neighbor. And also the piracy issue. Fell Company. I'd actually name one of my fleets that way, whenever I get a actual bloody second fleet. Oh yes, we do have a timed project that's gonna come online on its own, so let's actually wait 1 second. Colony ship, corvette, science ship. We already updated it. Okay, so how much do we need to build another one? 104, and do we have enough scientists to check at the issue? Because we want to get a third science ship specifically for... Okay, we do have one available. For basically researching debris we get from combat, especially with the NPC bastards, because those guys can and do often drop debris which gives you
system survey,
peculiar technologies, and having a specific technology researched to a certain degree makes it more likely for it to pop up in your research options whenever one of the technologies completes. So far so good down here. If save scumming was an option, I would have actually loaded a previous save, because I do save like a neurotic gerbil in this game, but yeah, with a previous save we would have known these guys were near FTL, and we would have actually sent the troops directly there and hopefully catch them before, at least before they even had a spaceport. Okay, new research. We are going to go with plasma throwers because we do have deflectors, so the improved deflectors will pop up more often. 81 months until we can turn our ships into torch ships. Javola! Though we might actually have to redesign them more towards a... not this one? More towards either this or possibly this, depending on how much power the plasma thrower takes. Though speaking of that, we do have fusion, so we should probably upgrade. This does not have any upgrades, but these do. And you, we can't fit it yet, but still 50 shields is better than no shields. And our nice armada now needs an upgrade. Repairs and well, I think if they upgrade, they pretty much repair on their own. I'm correct? Yep, they are repairing. And we are getting 2 extra corvettes as per the last session. How much does it cost actually?
System survey complete.
Ooh, that's expensive, but yeah. It'll actually make our fleet quite a bit more survivable. Ugh. Okay, let us rename this to something appropriate. No. should be quite precise. We should also look towards building a colony ship after our upgrades go through. Well, actually, let's build the Mystic and let these guys upgrade in their own moment. Pretty sure one of them actually has shields because it was built later, I think. Nope. Let's see here. These
System survey complete.
all require 3 months of society research. Quite desolate places, to be honest. So these guys are growing in friendliness. Not that much. Let us see what they need. Let's give them some, no, not minerals, these we actually need.
Construction complete.
Hold, shift, that should do. Okay. Mutual understanding, so that is, we got the achievement, that is a positive. Okay, you should head here. See about that debris. They've not really expanded much. Ooh, this is a nice one. How much does the upgrade take? Now. Oh, that's steep.
Hostile fleet detected.
And that's because they're unknown. For all we know, they could be lovey-dovey aliens. More than unlikely in this game, but hope springs eternal.
Anomaly found.
Do it. Now we're gonna let our fleets upgrade, and then we're gonna build the rest of the requirements in here for very obvious reasons. We're gonna need research. If I'm not mistaken, this should give me, in theory, some missile technology or possibly extra mass driver intel. Probably some armor info. Probably.
Special project complete.
That would have been, yep. These are the void clouds. Immense ragged plains of shadow. It's a divertisement type thing. Excuse me. God damn. The entities encountered by our fleet some time ago are new, horrifying life forms, quickly nicknamed space amoebas. Following an analysis gross misreading of initial sensor output, the creature is in fact larger than the average menace corvette. There would be little harm in putting one of the monstrosity out of its misery, for science.
Situation log updated.
We're gonna do
Special project complete. Special project complete.
The diviners named the beings floating through the dark Tiyanki. We are to keep at a respectful distance. Venerable. Those will be the space cows. The reports of strange free-floating crystal-like objects observed in certain systems have been investigated. The ship-sized objects and their slightly smaller but equally crystal-like satellites at first appeared inert, but sudden shifts in their orientation relative to our ships and new energy signatures emerging from within the prisms indicate that they are reacting to the presence of menaced ships. The nature and origin of these crystals elude us at present, but there is something in their shape, their pristine angles, that resonates with the menaced soul. The Imperium of Man ought to take a step back and observe from a respectful distance.
Situation log updated.
We are going to observe from a respectful distance and then plow into them with machine gun fire. Well, mass driver fire to be precise. For science, because they do have quite a peculiar energy-based weapon that's somewhere in between a mass driver and a laser. These would be the Tiyanki, the gas cloud harvesters. Really quite cute.
Debris analyzed.
Yep, nano-composite materials.
Hostile fleet detected.
Space amoebas to Juno. As long as they're not going to give us any bloody issues, we're not gonna bother with them. For now. Later we're gonna bother them quite significantly because they have a organic fighter type creature on them, which we can research and use as a stopgap if we never get actual advanced carrier-borne ships, because you do get the default technology, which is I believe a scout type aircraft, which is basically a jack of all trades but shit at probably everything. Is this thing upgrading? Yep, it is. The Meninist Armada is growing.
Hostile fleet detected.
I'd be so tempted to put one of those down, but
Situation log updated.
oh god. Where?
Ships upgraded. Construction complete.
You're kidding me. Oh, no. What is that? What in the blue fuck is that? Oh fuck me, that's a territorial claim unit, isn't it? Oh fuck my life, that's gonna extend this way. But whose is it? Or is that a... Let's just see. What was that? Situation log. That means somebody more advanced. But at least we managed to block off like a rather obstinate
System
third this area. So we're probably not gonna have too much issues unless these guys are militaristic, at which point we're bloody well fucked. Because they will engage in combat with the first opportunity. Our fleet though is looking quite juicy.
Anomaly found.
Change scientist. Get one of the ones that isn't a bloody idiot. For now.
System survey complete.
Yep, that's a smart move. You're at Schulmach. Nope, 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 nope. Big nope. Just head here. Hopefully you can get that done before that guy wisens up and discovers our language. Because once they do, you can't breach their borders anymore, because you have to be nice and bloody fuck me. You can't violate territories with your fleet. Bullshit, I can't. As you can see, the warp speed's quite slow. I don't know if the warp speed itself depends on the STL, i.e. the ship itself merely generates the warp bubble and then the STL actually propels it. But yeah. Okay, let's get some engineering up in this bitch. Because the next two are gonna be power outputs, so we're gonna get 8, so yeah. This won't be too much of a problem. Sorry for the weird noise, gents. Recording while still half asleep is not a good idea, but yeah. When you enjoy a game sufficiently, you're probably not gonna be able to help yourself. To a large degree.
System survey complete.
Well, it could be a massive, massive cog, but we can't move here. Build it quickly. That thing's gone. No, it's not. There it is. Pretty sure that is a territorial claim unit. We're gonna be massive dicks about shit and actually build a territorial claim unit over there. Hopefully we can expand this way and basically buffer against theirs. Hopefully. God, I hope this guy makes it there in time and builds it in time. Come on, you anal gob.
Anomaly found.
For everybody it's like that, so research. If you explode, we shall deeply, deeply miss you. For about the 6 or 7 months it takes to replace you. They took an added world. I'm not gonna be too nice about that one. Not that I'm being nice right about now, but... Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Hostile fleet detected.
Okay, now. Please don't tell me that extended as much as I thought. Yeah, it did. Holy shit, this guy's powerful. Okay, we're going to give him hostile. Oh, you're gonna get fucked like a bitch. Which system is closest? Fascinating.
Situation log updated.
That slab probably will give me a fair chunk of research or a modifier to that planet. Mycelium carriers. Yeah, we definitely need a bigger fleet. Let's see how much. So they are a fanatic xenophobe and a collectivist. Yeah, he's definitely gonna eat a lot of it. Okay, let us continue. They have a border outpost here and 3 planets. We can probably take them apart, but we're gonna need, as I said, a bigger fleet. Let us also see something of their equivalent in tech. We can't have that for very long now, can we? Let us see how long we're gonna need. Another month before we can begin construction on our first colony ship. I'm kind of pitying these guys. They're trapped between 2 fairly massive empires, all things considered. Let's see how our slave races are doing. They're becoming more and more happy. Enslavement is actually making them happier. Okay. Whatever pulls your pod, I guess. This does not have anything we can colonize for the near future. Come think of it, I think, yeah, Darasta is the best choice. It'll also push borders back a bit,
Anomaly found.
research it. It'll allow us to build a somewhat military outpost here. By military outpost I mean I'll have a bloody spaceport. Which reminds us, did we ever get that yet? Not yet. We are still 13 months off. Good thing we were going for military technologies. Good bloody thing. Because we need to either vassalize the fungi or more likely absorb them forcibly. Now, engineering. One more month. We'll build these two here, then this, then that over there. Darama 8 is uninhabitable and indeed uninhabitable, but not unvisited. Its surface is littered with tall cenotaphs carved from some mineral not native to the planet, evidently placed here by some artistically inclined spacefaring race. The monolith's flowing lines deftly chart a history so fantastical it must be fictional, surely. Hey, extra research is extra bloody research. I don't care if it's Star Wars or a compendium to Sun Tzu adapted to the space age. Okay. It's quite a good planet for research. Might actually send a constructor down there at some point in the future, if we don't expand that way quickly enough. We should also see about upgrading this guy's durability and somewhat speed. Oh god, I hope it's not those two. Yep, it is. That speeds things up in a rather uncomfortable way. Why aren't you doing your bit? Oh, I can't. That's gonna escalate very quickly. Let's have our fleets positioned well enough to actually take advantage of the situation. So we can start picking apart the fungi dude. Not that I particularly like the other one, but the enemy of my enemy. That said though, we are pretty much at 30 minutes if I'm not mistaken, so we're going to have to leave it here now, gents. Thank you for watching, and until next time, recording in the mornings is apparently a bad idea because your voice can crackle quite a bit. Oh well. Bafta.